Have you ever witnessed a truck mishap on the road? It's your boy, your name, and today we're diving into some truly terrifying territory. Nothing, and I mean sends chills down my spine like watching trucks go wild on the road. Join me as I showcase the scariest truck moments caught on camera and see if you can handle the chills without losing your cool. Today, we're counting down the most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, and downright terrifying truck moments ever recorded. From near misses to devastating crashes, we'll explore the dangers of large trucks on our roads. We're talking about thousands of pounds of metal just barreling down the highway, capable of turning a normal commute into a scene from a horror movie in the blink of an eye. So, grab your helmets, buckle your seatbelts, and get ready to witness some of the most spine-chilling truck moments ever recorded. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Pause 3. S. Before we dive deeper into the chaos, let's take a moment to understand why large trucks can be so dangerous on the road. We're talking about vehicles that can weigh up to 80,000 pounds barreling down the highway at high speeds. When these giants lose control, the results can be catastrophic. Pause 2S. The sheer size and weight of these trucks mean they need a lot more distance to stop compared to regular cars. Imagine trying to bring a speeding freight train to a halt. It's not something that happens instantly. This increased stopping distance can lead to devastating rear-end collisions, especially in heavy traffic or sudden stop situations. Pause 2S, and it's not just the stopping that's a problem. Large trucks have significant blind spots, often called no zones. These are areas around the truck where the driver can't see other vehicles. When cars linger in these blind spots, a truck driver might not realize they're there, leading to dangerous lane changes or turns. Pause 2S. Then there's the issue of speed. A speeding truck is like a missile on wheels. The faster it goes, the harder it is to control, especially during sudden maneuvers or emergency stops. High speeds also increase the impact force during a collision, making accidents involving trucks more deadly. Pause 2S. Weather conditions add another layer of danger. Rain, snow, or ice can turn a truck into an uncontrollable force. The reduced traction and increased stopping distances in these conditions can quickly turn a routine drive into a nightmare. Pause 2S. And let's not forget about the cargo. Trucks often carry heavy or hazardous materials. In the event of a crash, these materials can spill, causing even more damage and danger to everyone on the road. Pause 2S. All these factors combine to make large trucks a significant hazard. It's crucial for both truck drivers and regular motorists to stay vigilant and practice safe driving habits. Understanding the unique challenges of driving or sharing the road with these giants can make a huge difference in preventing accidents and saving lives. Pause 3S. Now let's get back to the action and see just how out of control things can get when these behemoths go wild on the road. Pause 3S. Now let's dive into a series of heart-stopping moments caught on camera. These clips will give you a first-hand look at how quickly things can go south when you're sharing the road with massive trucks. Pause 2S. In this first clip, we see a truck barreling down a narrow mountain road. The driver seems to be struggling to keep the truck on the path as it sways dangerously close to the edge. You can almost feel the tension as the truck teeters on the brink of disaster. The sheer drop-off on one side and the jagged rocks on the other leave no room for error. Pause 2S. Next, we have a scene from a busy intersection. The light turns green and cars start moving forward. Suddenly, a truck comes hurtling through the red light, narrowly missing several vehicles. The drivers slam on their brakes, horns blare, and you can almost hear the collective gasp of relief as the truck narrowly avoids causing a massive pile-up. Pause 2S. In this clip, a truck is seen speeding down a rain-soaked highway. The slick road conditions make it difficult for the driver to maintain control. The truck fishtails wildly, veering across multiple lanes of traffic. Cars swerve to avoid the out-of-control vehicle, and you can sense the panic as drivers try to steer clear of the impending danger. Pause 2S. Now, we see a truck navigating a steep downhill slope. The brakes appear to fail, and the truck gains speed rapidly. The driver desperately tries to slow down, but the massive vehicle hurtles forward, plowing through a guardrail and coming to a stop just inches from a busy pedestrian walkway. It's a close call that leaves everyone shaken. Pause 2S. Lastly, we have a clip from a foggy morning on the highway. Visibility is low and drivers are proceeding with caution. Out of the mist, a truck emerges, traveling far too fast for the conditions. It slams into the back of a smaller car, causing a chain reaction of collisions. The sound of metal crunching and glass shattering fills the air, and the scene quickly becomes a nightmare of twisted wreckage. Pause 2. These clips are a stark reminder of the dangers that large trucks can pose on the road. It's crucial to stay vigilant, maintain a safe distance, and always be prepared for the unexpected. Pause 3S. Now, let's move on to even more intense scenes of chaos on the highway. A Pause 3S. Now, brace yourself for the most intense and shocking clip of all. This one will leave you on the edge of your seat, questioning how anyone could walk away unscathed. Pause 2S. Picture a serene morning, the sky just beginning to brighten with the promise of a new day. The highway is relatively quiet, with only a few cars making their way to their destinations. Suddenly, the tranquility is shattered by the deafening roar of a truck's engine. Pause 2S. This truck isn't just speeding, it's out of control, swerving wildly across multiple lanes. The driver is frantically trying to regain control, but it's clear the situation is dire. The truck barrels down the highway, careening dangerously close to other vehicles. Pause 2S. In a heart-stopping moment, the truck slams into the side of a small sedan, sending it spinning across the road. The impact is brutal, and the sedan's driver has no time to react. The scene is pure chaos as the truck continues its rampage, plowing through a barrier and narrowly missing a group of construction workers on the side of the road. Pause 2S. The potential consequences of this accident are almost too horrifying to imagine. Lives are at stake, and every second counts as the truck finally comes to a screeching halt, its front end mangled and smoking. Pause 2S. Miraculously, no lives are lost, but the devastation is clear. The aftermath is a stark reminder of the sheer power and danger of these massive vehicles. Pause 2S. This clip is a sobering example of how quickly things can go from calm to catastrophic on the highway. It underscores the critical importance of vigilance, safety measures, and quick thinking in preventing such disasters. Pause 3S. Now let's move on to more scenes of out-of-control chaos that will leave you questioning how anyone survives these harrowing encounters. Pause 3S. Let's take a moment to recap the key moments we've witnessed so far. Each scene has been a stark reminder of the sheer unpredictability and potential danger of sharing the road with massive trucks. From the serene morning, shattered by an out-of-control truck in the final straw, to the heart-pounding chaos of out-of-control chaos, we've seen how quickly a routine drive can turn into a life-threatening situation. Pause 2S. These clips underscore the critical importance of road safety and constant vigilance. Whether you're a seasoned driver or new to the road, it's crucial to always be aware of your surroundings, especially when driving near large trucks. Pause 2S. Remember, these vehicles are not only bigger and heavier, but they also have significant blind spots and require more time to stop. The drivers of these trucks are often dealing with immense pressure and challenging conditions, making it all the more important for us to drive defensively and give them the space they need. Pause 2S. By staying focused, maintaining a safe distance, and being prepared for the unexpected, we can help prevent these terrifying incidents and ensure that everyone gets home safely. Pause 3S. Now let's continue with more scenes that will leave you questioning how anyone survives these harrowing encounters. Pause 3. Before we dive into more jaw-dropping moments, we want to hear from you. Have you ever had a close call with a truck on the highway? Maybe you've witnessed a harrowing incident or experienced a heart-stopping moment yourself. Pause 2S. Share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences not only add to our community, but also serve as valuable lessons for other viewers. Pause 2S. And while you're at it, let us know what kind of videos you'd like to see next. Whether it's more truck encounters, road safety tips, or anything else that gets your adrenaline pumping, your feedback helps us create the content you love. Pause 2S. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest uploads. Stay tuned because we've got more thrilling scenes coming right up. All right, folks, let's kick things off with a bang. Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, sun's out, tunes are blasting, life is good, the road stretches out before you, and everything seems perfect. You're in the zone, enjoying the drive, maybe even singing along to your favorite song. Then, out of nowhere, a truck comes barreling past you, swerving like crazy, looking like it's about to blast right off the road. It's like a scene straight out of an action movie, but this is no stunt. This is real, and it's happening right in front of you. That's the nightmare fuel we're dealing with in this first clip. The kind of situation that makes your heart race and your palms sweat. You can almost feel the tension in the air as you watch the truck's erratic movements. We see a regular highway, traffic flowing like normal, when suddenly in the distance, a truck appears. At first, it seems like just another vehicle on the road, blending in with the rest of the traffic. But this isn't your average, everyday truck driving along. There's something off, something unsettling about the way it's moving. This thing is moving fast, way too fast, and it's veering all over the road. It's like a beast unleashed with no regard for the safety of others. It's like the driver is fighting for control, but the truck has a mind of its own. You can almost imagine the driver's panic, hands gripping the wheel, trying desperately to regain control. Cars start hitting their brakes, horns are blaring, everyone's trying to get out of the way of this runaway train. The chaos spreads like wildfire, with drivers making split-second decisions to avoid disaster. The truck clips a car here, sideswipes a barrier there. It's absolute chaos. Metal crunches, tires screech, and the air is filled with the sounds of destruction. You can practically feel the panic in the air as this massive hunk of metal threatens to take out everything in its path. The fear is palpable as drivers brace for the worst. And the craziest part, this isn't a Hollywood movie set. This is real life. These are real people, real lives at stake, and the danger is all too real. These drivers had no idea this kind of chaos was about to unfold on their daily commute. One moment, everything is normal, and the next, they're thrust into a life-or-death situation. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time is a stark reminder of how quickly things can change on the road. It's a miracle nobody was seriously hurt in this incident. The fact that everyone walked away from this unscathed is nothing short of incredible. The drivers who managed to avoid a collision deserve some kind of medal for their quick thinking and even quicker reflexes. Their actions undoubtedly prevented a much worse outcome. This is a prime example of why we got to stay alert behind the wheel, folks. Every second counts, and being aware of your surroundings can make all the difference. You never know what kind of craziness is lurking around the corner. The road is full of surprises, and it's up to us to stay prepared for anything. All right, for our next dose of adrenaline, we're switching gears to a wet and wild scenario. Imagine yourself on a dark, rainy night, the kind where the rain is so heavy it feels like the sky is falling. The road ahead is slick, and every car on the highway is moving cautiously, their headlights barely cutting through the downpour. We've all been there, right? Rain starts pouring down, roads get slick, and suddenly driving feels like navigating an ice rink. The tires struggle for grip, and every turn of the wheel feels like a gamble. It's a nerve-wracking experience for any driver, but when you're behind the wheel of a massive truck, those slippery conditions can turn deadly in a heartbeat. The sheer size and weight of the vehicle make it much harder to control, and the consequences of losing control are far more severe. This next clip shows us exactly what I'm talking about. Picture this. A highway, rain coming down in sheets, visibility is low, and everyone's driving cautiously. The tension in the air is palpable as drivers try to navigate the treacherous conditions. Then, boom! A truck in the distance loses control, its trailer swinging out like a pendulum gone haywire. The driver struggles to regain control, but the slick road offers no mercy. It's called a jackknife, and it's every trucker's worst nightmare. The trailer swings around uncontrollably, creating a dangerous situation for everyone on the road. The truck's trailer swings around, crossing multiple lanes of traffic, blocking the entire road. It's a chaotic scene as cars try to avoid the massive obstacles suddenly in their path. Cars slam on their brakes, tires screeching, desperately trying to avoid a collision. The sound of screeching tires and honking horns fills the air as drivers react to the sudden danger. It's like a scene from an action movie, except the stakes are all too real. The adrenaline is pumping, and every second feels like an eternity as the situation unfolds. The driver of the truck is fighting to regain control, but the slick road is unforgiving. Every move he makes seems to be countered by the relentless rain and slippery surface. It's a tense few seconds as the truck skids across the asphalt, its momentum threatening to topple it over. The massive vehicle sways dangerously, and it feels like it could go over at any moment. The drivers of the other cars are trapped, helpless to do anything but watch and hope for the best. They can only pray that the truck doesn't crash into them or cause a pileup. This, my friends, is why we need to pay extra attention when driving in wet conditions. The risks are high and the margin for error is slim. Slow down, increase your following distance, and Be prepared for the unexpected. These simple precautions can make all the difference in avoiding a disaster, because as this clip shows, even the most experienced drivers can fall victim to the dangers of a wet road. No one is immune to the hazards of driving in the rain, and it's crucial to stay vigilant and cautious at all times. Chapter 3, Bridge of Disaster. Okay folks, buckle up because this next one is a real heart-stopper. We're talking about a bridge, a truck, and a whole lot of cargo that decides to take a nosedive. This is the kind of scenario that gives you nightmares, the kind of thing you see in movies and think that could never happen in real life. Well, think again. This clip starts innocently enough. A truck is driving across a bridge, just another day on the job. But then, in the blink of an eye, disaster strikes. The truck hits a bump, swerves slightly, and suddenly it's all over. The truck's load, whatever it was carrying, bursts through the barriers and plummets towards the ground below. It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck. You see the cargo falling, you see the debris flying, and you know it's going to be bad. The truck driver is probably in shock. The drivers behind the truck are slamming on their brakes, and everyone watching this footage is left with their jaws on the floor. This incident is a stark reminder of the importance of properly securing cargo. One loose strap, one miscalculation, and the consequences can be catastrophic. Thankfully, in this particular incident, it seems like nobody was seriously injured, but it could have easily been a very different story. Chapter 4, Intersection of Terror. All right, guys, we've seen some crazy stuff today, but this last clip takes the cake. It's the kind of footage that makes your heart race and your palms sweat. You won't believe what you're about to see. This is the kind of footage that makes you want to swear off driving forever. It's a stark reminder of how quickly things can go wrong on the road. We're talking about a busy intersection, a truck that seems to have forgotten how to stop, and a whole lot of metal colliding in the most terrifying way possible. The sheer force of the impact is enough to make anyone shudder. Imagine this, you're waiting at a red light, patiently waiting for it to turn green. You're probably thinking about your day, maybe listening to some music, completely unaware of the impending disaster. You see the cars in front of you, you check your mirrors. You're being a responsible driver. You're doing everything right, just like you were taught in driving school. Then, out of the corner of your eye, you see it, a truck barreling towards the intersection, showing no signs of slowing down. It's a moment of pure panic. The light's still red, but this truck doesn't seem to care. It's as if the driver is completely oblivious to the rules of the road. It plows through the intersection, smashing into cars like they're made of cardboard. The sound of metal crunching and glass shattering fills the air. Cars are sent flying, spinning out of control, metal crunching against metal. It's a scene straight out of a nightmare. It's a scene of utter chaos and destruction. The intersection is filled with wrecked cars, debris scattered everywhere. The people in those cars had no chance. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. 1 minute they were waiting for the light to change. The next minute their world was turned upside down. It's a terrifying thought. It's a miracle anyone walked away from this crash. The aftermath is a sobering sight, with emergency services rushing to the scene. This is the kind of accident that leaves you speechless, the kind of thing you see on the news and can't believe it actually happened. It's a stark reminder of the dangers we face every day on the road. This clip is a stark reminder of the importance of defensive driving. It's not just about following the rules, but also about being prepared for the unexpected. Always be aware of your surroundings, anticipate potential dangers, and be prepared to react quickly. It's the best way to protect yourself and others on the road, because as this terrifying footage shows, accidents can happen in the blink of an eye. One moment of inattention or recklessness can lead to devastating consequences. Stay safe out there and always drive defensively. Outro, stay safe out there. Wow, guys. We made it through that roller coaster of emotions. I don't know about you, but I need a moment to catch my breath after witnessing those insane truck moments. It's crazy to think that those were just a handful of the countless close calls and accidents that happen on our roads every single day. That was a close call, wasn't it? The scariest part is that these accidents can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. It's a sobering reminder of the importance of road safety and awareness when driving near large trucks. We gotta respect the power of these vehicles and always be aware of our surroundings when we're sharing the road with them. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've had a scary experience with a truck on the road, let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more thrilling content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you in the next video.